Hey, how's it going? Welcome to Drew Bentley Guitar. Today we're going to take a look at this sequencing I'm doing with a major scale. This is a great way to practice your picking technique and to learn to play with the metronome. We'll do that here in a second. So I've come up with thousands of these different sequences all the time, and they really come in handy when you're trying to solo, when you're actually playing a gig or you're just recording a solo or something. It's nice to come up with different patterns, and it's a lot of fun. So I'm playing the G major scale going from east to west on the A string. Here's the notes. Here's Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol going this way. This direction is the G major scale that way, so it looks like this. And then like... So I can base all these arpeggios off of that scale. So if I do this, it kind of sounds like choir practice when you were a kid. It's just simply a chord, but on guitar the chords sound really awesome when you play them fast, as we well know. So put a little distortion on and suddenly your guitar sounds like a carnival. So this is the first one. And I dropped down to this diminished chord, but instead of using the standard fingering like this, I'm using my second finger because I'm already right there. I dropped down to the E minor here like this, and then down to the D chord here. So it's like this. And 16th notes. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a... Other direction. So these are the chords in the key. If you don't know about the chords in the key, there's a video on the channel about how a major key of music works that might kind of illustrate what this is. But basically it's the 1 chord, 2 chord, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, the primary chords and the secondary chords, and then there's a diminished chord on the end on the 7 chord. So what we can do then is set our metronome. I have it set at 120. You can kind of get wherever you're comfortable. This is a great warm-up tempo for me. 16th notes will be right here. So what I'm going to do is do the same pattern, but I'm going to keep it in time, accenting the first of each beat, like each grouping. Okay, now from that, you can branch off and make up all kinds of cool stuff. What if I go a little further and do this? Oh, that's cool. I'm grabbing the G string now. I can't stress enough the importance of using the metronome when you practice to get faster, more accurate. 150 beats a minute is kind of flying. If you can get to the point where you're doing that, then you're flying. 120 is a pretty good clip. So I think that kind of the speed of guitar solos would be 16th notes. You have to be able to play 16th notes to play guitar solos effectively. So now if I do this other direction, grabbing the G string, so it looks like this. I'll actually stand up to show you up close. It looks like this. Okay, so now what if we decide to take that G string and take it a little further and do something like this? So now we have 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. So I'll do it slowly. And I kind of finished off the phrase of the ba-ba-deba at the end so I can keep in time. So that sounds like this. Here I might do this. There it is. Here. That's out of time. There it is. So it's kind of almost like an endless amount of possibilities you can do with these. Okay, let's put the metronome back on again. I kind of think a good idea when you're practicing the metronome is to get started with getting the tempo with your right hand first. I kind of think it's like catching a moving train. If you had to catch a moving train, you wouldn't want to just start from a dead stop and jump on the train. You want to kind of get moving first. If I go like first, see I'm getting settled in. Maybe like so. It's really almost an endless amount of possibilities of sequences. I think I'm going to do a whole bunch of these different sequences here on this lesson channel to help you come up with some ideas of how to utilize the scales in a musical way instead of just learning to go up the scale and down the scale. Like if you just learn scales but you don't know what to do with them, it doesn't really help that much to not know what to do with the scales. So the idea is to start to create these musical phrases with the tools that you have. And doing these sequences is really great. And it gets you out of that comfort zone, that box that guitar players seem to find themselves stuck in. And you do something different and creative with it. So with the major scale alone, you could do hundreds of these, right? Pentatonic scale, same thing, different sequences and patterns. So I'll just keep adding these to the channel, I think, to help to open up different avenues of improvisation. So, all right. Well, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson and it's helpful for you. Make sure you practice every day and try to keep getting better at the guitar. It's an endless quest. All right. Thanks so much for watching.